Hey guys, I'm back with another update on my Fluval Evo 13.5. So I guess you can tell by the thumbnail, title, and what you're seeing right now is that I've got some more fish. So what I'm going to be doing is mentioning what I've got, why I got it, where I got it, when I got it, and then I'm going to, be going into some other details. So yeah, let's I guess jump right in. So what I got was I got two fish. As you can see, they're clownfish, Ocellaris clownfish. But what I forgot to mention in my previous video, kind of ran out of time to mention it, is I got a conch, and that's right at the front. That's this little thing at the front. So let's just start there. Start with the conch, and then we'll move on to the clownfish. So let's get like a close up, I guess. So here it is. This is called a conch. What these things are going to do is, as you can see right here, that little kind of trumpet thing that's coming out of him. And what that's going to do is it's going to siphon through all the sand, and pretty much like turn it over. So it's kind of, I guess it's kind of sifting the sand for you, which is good. So you won't have to do it as often. They kind of, well, they're actually quite cool. They got like little eyes popping out the sides of them, and then they're quite active. They're always out. They're not, sometimes hiding or always out. As you can see, cleaning, eating any diatoms in the sand. So I'm going to zoom out a bit, just because it's a bit shaky. Yeah, so yeah, I got him. He's really cool. Yeah, that's the conch. Not really much to say about them. Just really cool. Really do recommend you get one of these. It's just because I got really fine sand, it might be a problem in kicking the sand up and making it all misty, but it's only a little bit, and eventually it will, clear, like, completely, eventually. So yeah, let's move on to the main things that I got. Right, here we go. Here are my two Ocellaris clownfish that I only got, what's it today, Monday? So only 2 days ago. These have been here 48 hours, and already they're not doing too badly. They're not paired, but they're aware that there is another fish in here. That's the firefish. It's just hiding away. It's still in here. It hasn't died. I haven't lost anything so far, which is good. But these clownfish, there's a few reasons why I picked these. And that's because one is slightly bigger than the other, which is cool. Because then you got male and female here. On the bigger one, this is the more active one at the bottom here. This is actually a mist bar, which is quite rare. You'll see in a minute. On the left side of him, there's a bar that's kind of missed. It's not joint. If you could turn around, it should be great. No, going off that side. See if you can. Yeah. Anyway, he's got a mist bar. I'll say about it when he spins around. And then the other one is pretty cool because it's got a little extra white in the middle. It's kind of 60-70% white instead of orange, and the other one's kind of the other way around. So I like how they're completely different. One's smaller than the other, and they seem to not be fighting so far, which is good. And they have survived the couple days that they've been in there. They did have to go from 0.0. Well, they had to go from the salinity they were in the tank was 0.22, and this is 2.6, which is quite a big jump. But we just had to do a slightly longer acclimation than usual. So usually I'll do like I don't know, 10-20 minute acclimation if the salinity is only a tiny bit off, like 1 or 2. But this was 4. So what we did is it was in between like 45 minutes to an hour in a bucket, slowly adding water from this tank to a bucket that was on the floor, and then yeah, about 50 minutes later we added them in the tank. They were kind of looking kind of right in the corner, looking straight up. Yeah, both staying really close together. Actually, no, when we first put them in, they were kind of, you can see right in the corner there, but all the way in there. And then about half an hour later, they started coming out, and then they just both went right in the corner here for the next like couple of hours. But then later that night, this mist bar one, the larger one at the bottom, actually started coming out more, which is good. So I'll show you the mist bar. We've got to get a shot of this mist bar. This is really cool. Maybe the camera's scaring them. Let's just bring it back a little. See on this side, see it's not joint in the middle. So that's called a mist bar clownfish, which is quite rare. And that kind of makes it quite special. And I like it. And this one's really small, got the extra white on him. Yeah, brilliant personalities, these clownfish. I have to say, well, they're probably the easiest saltwater fish that you can keep. Well, they are the easiest. Because they're super hardy, super active, nice colours. Well, there's literally loads of different shapes and colours and sizes. And yeah, I personally like the Ocellaris. They're just kind of the normal classic clownfish. This one's really active, just going side to side. And they don't need that big of a tank either. Minimum, you probably get them probably 30 litres minimum. 30 litres minimum. This is a 45, or about 40 in the display, but they're doing fine in here. Definitely big enough. And yeah, they got just great personality. I really like them so far. And yeah, I guess that's the clownfish. I did get them from, actually I got them from somewhere else this time. I didn't get them from Power Aquatics, where I usually get well, that's where I got all the other stock. I actually got these two fish from All Things Aquatics. Yeah, these two were in a tank with another maybe 10 or 20 with a mixed type of, there was these ones like normal Ocellaris, and then there were other shapes of Ocellaris. There were also black ones in there, but I personally, first I picked out the small one there, and then I wanted to find one slightly larger, that wasn't too big and that was kind of special. And I saw the mist bar, and that was really cool, and I just had to get them. And they were really cheap as well, because if you check out my dad's video that he will be doing soon, go to check his channel out. There'll be a link in the description. His channel name's called Nathan Willard. Yeah, just click on the link, and you'll see his channel. He'll be doing videos on whatever he's got, any stock, any extra what he's got. Well, he's got 2 other clownfish, and yeah, he'll be going into detail on his clownfish. And I forgot I was saying. Anyway, yeah, I just saw these 2 clownfish, had to get them. They were really cheap. Well, that's what I was saying. My dad's ones were like 60 quid for the pair. These were 28 for the pair. So All Things Aquatics do half the price at least on these clownfish, which is great. So I didn't have to pay 60 quid. And I didn't have to go all the way to Brighton either, which is like a 50-minute hour drive. I just had to go about 20 minutes, half hour. So yeah, they were my clownfish. Very happy so far. Well, they seem quite happy so far in their tank. This firefish, he's out now. He's seen them, hasn't interacted with them, just kind of, he knows that they're in the tank, but he's not he doesn't seem that bothered by them really, which is a good sign. They're not, the firefish isn't picking on him, fighting, or he's not continually in. He's kind of acting like he usually does, like he doesn't really care. So I guess that's it. That's all I have to say. 2 clownfish, and then the conch which I got a couple weeks ago. Sorry, forgot to mention. And yeah, I did get a comment actually a few days ago, and that was on the skimmer, and that was how loud the skimmer is. Well, this is the Fluval Sea PS2 skimmer. I gotta say, it is, when you first get it for the first month at least, it's quite loud. And if you've got it next to your bed, like I do, blah, it's right there. Then yeah, it's quite loud. I have to switch it off at night. Well, some nights, you know, it's quiet. Yeah, but when you start getting a slime coat on the pump and it starts, yeah, building up, well, starts to get used, it should quieten down. If it doesn't, you can always put a silencer on it. That's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully. So yeah, that's the skimmer. Very well, it's quite loud at the moment. Well, still. So yeah. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. What I got new, the 2 clownfish. So next week, well, hopefully in a week I'll do another video. I doubt I'll have corals. I might skip a week to do corals, just because I've been adding quite a lot in such a short period of time. In a week I've got all of my fish, which is, I don't want to ammonia spike, that's the thing, so I want to, you know, take it slow now, I want to calm it down. So maybe in a couple of weeks I'll have corals. In the gap in the middle that week, I might do a video either on the skimmer, or I might do a big video on my food that I'm feeding, which I'm not going to mention in this video, but I will be doing a separate video, maybe in the next video, all about it. So yeah, you'll see me then in about a week. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and yeah, bye.